Have you ever thought about getting into crypto trading?
Yeah,
It can feel kind of like you're stepping into a whole new world, right?
definitely. A lot to take in, that's for sure.
Especially with platforms like Binance P2P.
Yeah, peer to peer.
Yeah. On the one hand, you've got lower fees, direct trading with people all over the globe, tons of payment options.
It's really tempting, right?
Yeah. I mean, it really is appealing.
All that flexibility is a big plus. Cuts out the middleman.
But like any frontier, you got to be careful, especially when you're dealing with digital assets.
Right. There are risks.
Dr. Gamari's research actually points this out.
Oh, yeah.
The very things that make Binance P2P attractive, the openness, the accessibility, they also make it, well, kind of a hot spot for scammers.
You're kidding? Really?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're diving into today.
So we're going to talk about all the ways people try to trick others on Binance P2P.
Exactly. We're going to explore some real-world scam scenarios, and most importantly, we're going to give you the tools to protect yourself.
Based on Dr. Gamari's findings.
Straight from the source.
Hmm.
The idea is to give you the knowledge to navigate this landscape safely.
It's all about empowering people to make informed decisions.
Exactly. So let's jump right in with a very common tactic. It's called the fake payment confirmation trap.
Fake payment confirmation, huh?
Yeah. This one's really sneaky. I think even experienced traders can fall for it.
Okay, I'm all ears. How does this one work?
Well, the scammer pretends to be the buyer.
Okay.
Then they send the seller a doctored screenshot.
A screenshot of what?
It's supposed to look like a real payment confirmation, like a bank transfer.
So they make it look like they already paid.
Right. And it can be really good at it, too.
I mean, anyone can edit a screenshot, right?
Yeah, but these can be very sophisticated. They use these image editing tools. Dr. Gamari talks about it in detail.
Huh. So it must be really hard to spot the fakes.
Absolutely. Let's say you're selling some USDT on Binance P2P.
Okay, I'm selling.
A buyer places an order, everything seems normal, then, boom, they hit you with this screenshot. Shows a successful bank transfer.
Wow, so convincing.
Right. And to add to the pressure, they might even say, hey, I need this crypto ASAP. I've got another trade lined up.
Oh, so they create this sense of urgency.
Exactly. The screenshot even has a transaction ID, right amount.
Yeah.
Everything seems to check out.
So the seller thinks everything's legit and releases the USDT.
They want to be quick, efficient, and they believe what they're seeing. But then, well, reality sets in.
What happens?
The buyer vanishes, the crypto is gone. And when the seller checks their bank account, well, nothing. No payment ever came through.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
It's a nightmare scenario. You lose your crypto and you get nothing in return.
Yeah, you get totally scammed. So how do you protect yourself?
The most important thing is to always, and I mean always, verify the payment directly with your bank or payment provider.
Don't just trust the screenshot.
I get the screenshot, log into your account, go through your transaction history.
Make sure it's really there.
That's the only confirmation you can trust.
Makes sense. Screenshots can be faked, but your bank records, those are the real deal.
Right. Also, if the buyer claims it's a bank transfer, don't just take their word for it. Cross-reference the transaction ID they give you.
And ask for more verification if you need to.
Exactly. Be thorough. And here's the golden rule.
I'm listening.
Never, and I mean never, release the cryptocurrency until you have confirmed yourself that the money is actually in your account.
No matter how much they pressure you.
Exactly. Don't let them rush you. A legitimate buyer will understand that you need to verify everything.
And if they get pushy.
That's a big red flag.
It's like they're trying to hide something.
Right. Okay, let's move on to another sneaky tactic, the chargeback scam.
Chargeback scam.
This one's particularly nasty because it starts with a seemingly legitimate transaction.
Okay, how so?
The scammer makes an initial payment for the crypto, often using a credit card or PayPal.
So the seller sees the payment come through.
Yes, everything looks normal. So they release the cryptocurrency, but then
What happens? What's the catch?
the buyer initiates a chargeback.
A chargeback, like they're saying the payment was unauthorized.
Exactly. They claim it was a mistake or that someone stole their card.
Oh, wow, that's really sneaky.
And the worst part is, these chargeback requests often go through.
So the money gets taken back from the seller.
Yes, the seller loses the crypto they sent and the payment they thought they received.
That's a double whammy. You lose both ways.
It's a brutal lesson. And it really highlights how vulnerable you are with reversible payment methods. So what can you do to protect yourself?
Well, Dr. Gamari suggests choosing irreversible payment methods whenever possible.
Like what?
Direct bank transfers. Or even cash deposits if you're comfortable with that.
Right. Those are much harder to reverse.
Yeah.
But what if the buyer insists on using a credit card or PayPal?
If you have to use a chargeback-prone method, be extra careful.
So basically, don't release the crypto until you're absolutely sure the payment is final.
Exactly. Wait for the payment to fully clear. You might even want to contact the payment provider directly just to be safe
It's a game of risk assessment, really. You have to weigh the pros and cons.
and understand the vulnerabilities of the system.
Right. Okay, let's talk about another type of scam that can happen before a transaction even begins.
Before the transaction.
Yeah, it's called the fake seller scam.
Fake sellers, so someone's pretending to be someone they're not.
Right. And this one preys on people looking for a bargain.
Oh, so like deals that are too good to be true.
Exactly. The scammer creates a seller profile and lists popular cryptocurrencies like USDT at ridiculously low prices.
Okay, I see where this is going. Someone sees this amazing deal and jumps on it.
Right. They think they've hit the jackpot. But here's the hook.
Let me guess. The seller wants to do the deal outside of Binance.
You got it.
Yeah.
They convince the buyer to send payment outside the platform.
Oh, that's a huge red flag.
They'll say things like, it's faster this way, or we can avoid Binance fees, all sorts of excuses.
But why is that so dangerous?
Because once the money leaves Binance, you're on your own.
There's no protection.
Exactly. Binance can't help you if something goes wrong.
So the buyer sends the money and then the seller disappears.
Poof, gone. No crypto, no money, just a big hole in your wallet. They might even delete their Binance account to cover their tracks.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you avoid this trap?
The most important rule, always, always conduct all your transactions within the Binance P2P platform.
Don't go outside the platform no matter what.
No matter what, stay within the platform's secure environment.
And be wary of deals that seem too good to be true.
Right. If the price is way below market value, be very careful.
It's probably a scam.
Chances are it is. And before you even think about trading with someone, check their reputation.
Look at their feedback, their transaction history, right?
Exactly. Look for the verified badge, positive reviews, a history of successful trades.
It's not a foolproof system, but it adds a layer of trust.
It helps you avoid those suspicious accounts.
It's all about minimizing risk.
Right. Okay, let's move on to our final scam. This one's called the fake escrow release scam.
Fake escrow release.
It's all about pressuring the seller into releasing the crypto before they should.
Okay, so how does this one work?
The scammer, acting as the buyer, tries to create a sense of urgency. They say they've already paid, even though they haven't.
And they probably provide some fake proof, right?
Oh yeah, they might send a fabricated transaction detail or another one of those doctored screenshots.
To make it look convincing.
Right, and they'll be very insistent, saying things like, release the USDT now, I need it for another trade, I'm in a hurry.
Oh, so they're playing on the seller's fear of missing out.
Exactly, they're trying to bypass the verification process by making the seller think everything is already done.
So the seller, wanting to be helpful and efficient, releases the crypto.
Right, and bam, they've been scammed.
The buyer disappears with the crypto, and the seller is left with nothing.
That's the unfortunate reality. And it really emphasizes how important it is to follow the platform's security protocols.
Don't let anyone pressure you into doing something you're not comfortable with.
So how can our listeners protect themselves from this scam?
Here's the rule. Never release cryptocurrency from escrow until you have personally verified that the payment has been received.
Don't take the buyer's word for it. Check it yourself.
Exactly. Look at your own account. Confirm it with your bank or payment provider.
And if the buyer is being overly pushy, demanding immediate release.
That's a major red flag. A legitimate buyer will understand that you need to verify the payment.
So take your time. Don't rush. Verify first, release second, every single time.
That's the best way to stay safe.
So to wrap things up, Binance P2P offers some fantastic opportunities for trading crypto.
It's a great platform with a lot of potential.
But as we've seen, vigilance is key.
You have to be aware of the risks and take steps to protect yourself.
The key takeaway for our listeners is this. Always, always verify the payment yourself.
Don't just rely on what the buyer tells you or shows you.
Right. And never ever transact outside the Binance P2P platform.
No matter how tempting the offer might seem.
Stay within the platform's secure environment, follow the rules, and you'll greatly reduce your chances of being scammed.
It's all about being informed and taking precautions.
Exactly. And, these scams are getting more and more sophisticated. It really makes you wonder what other online interactions that we think are secure might actually be vulnerable.
That's a good question. It's something we should all be thinking about.
It's a reminder that we always need to be vigilant. not just with crypto, but with all our online activities.
Absolutely. It's a digital world out there, and we need to be smart about how we navigate it.
You got that right.